And welcome, everyone. It is time for a tournament preview as the Southwestern College Mound Builder men's basketball team made it to the national tournament, ninth seed, and we're going to talk all about the seeding and a look at the tournament and whatnot. Matt O'Brien, head men's basketball coach, and I guess the head athletic trainer. Although there's a lot of, or not trainer. How about head athletic director? You're not training.
No, I'm definitely not smart enough to be a trainer.
I don't want to. You're not taking Locke's
that
job.
You have to pass. All the certifications.
Not doing it.
Locke would definitely, I don't even think he'd hire me for work study, to be honest with you. And he would just like, nah, yeah.
I mean, thanks, but no thanks.
Maybe he'd let me fill up the water. I think that's about it. But it is March Madness.
We're here. It's March.
We get to be a part of it, and so I'm excited to be a part of March Madness. And I know we're coaching a group of guys that definitely deserve to be in this kind of environment and playing in the month of March. They deserve it as well as they played throughout the season. We're dancing. We're going to be here in March.
You know, of course, I've been here your entire career, which has been such an honor to watch what you do. How many trips now is this to the national tournament for you?
I think it's 7, and I'm not really good at remembering all the numbers of everything. But, yeah, I can still remember the first time and how excited I was and how I could barely sleep and we were I can still remember the excitement of all of our players, and we still have that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of fun, and it's good also to have the experience to be prepared of what you're getting into and playing different teams and what to expect and how people's emotions are different in March, because they are. And so the experience does help, but it is still exciting.
We had of course, we video streamed the selection show last week from Roten Hall. First and foremost, Coach, the crowd that came to be there with the coaches and the players and just to come hang out was really, really cool.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about it on air, but just the support, and I really feel like Builder folks are not just fans. They're not just there to watch basketball. They're there to support the entire college, the athletic department, the basketball team, and the individuals on our team as student athletes. So we have a huge amount of support. We don't take that lightly. I'm really proud of how thankful our players are for the support. They really enjoy it, like it, appreciate it. And in fact, they just went around the campus doing some thank yous yesterday because they really enjoyed the year and wanted to let people know how much they appreciated the support we got all through the year.
Such a fantastic season. To try to encompass it in a minute or two is hard, but what do you take away? Even before you start playing in the national tournament, but to this point, what do you take from this season?
Yeah, just the pride of our improvement. That's what you want as a coach, to be playing your best basketball at the end of the year. We try to pride ourselves on getting through adversity, and this is the most adversity we've had as far as injuries. This is definitely the most injury bug we've ever had. I mean, preseason we had one of our best transfers who come in, tear his ACL. Zach Adal go out for most of the season, and then Wyatt Bell out, and we're still able to make a national tournament. We had guys in and out due to injuries, and so the adversity we got through, and then really improving throughout the season. This will definitely be a season I'll remember and have really great memories of the guys. I'm just so thankful for them. This has been a great group to coach. I think a lot has to do with their parents. Their parents have been very, very supportive, not just of their own son, but of the rest of the team and the coaches. And I think it makes a difference, and it's part of a big reason why we've had such a strong finish to the season.
Well, to get a group of guys, I mean, you visit with a lot of coaches, whether it's in our league or not, but sometimes there's that parent aspect coming in, trying to maybe tell you what you need to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this program, you've established it that parents, they're in the crowd, they're supporting, but it seems like they let you and your coaches do your thing.
Yeah. We've never, it's been quite over 15 years since we've had any response to a parent about anything. We've kind of set that standard from the beginning, and I think the parents understand. I think the big thing is that they know that the coaches are there to serve and care about their son, and I think if they believe we're doing that, and I think they do, that they'll give us some grace in other areas and try to support us, because they know we're for their son. We're trying our best in all areas to try and motivate them and guide them and hold them accountable, and that's what I'd want for my son or daughter.
5 teams from the KCAC make the national tournament. We thought maybe 6, maybe 7,
Yeah.
but St. Mary and Evangel were left out. Oklahoma Wesleyan gets a 1 seed, a coveted 1 seed. I mean, that's so
Yes.
impressive to get. Friends University a 6, Southwestern and Bethel get 9 seeds. McPherson making their first tournament appearance in a long time. They got a 13, I believe it
Yeah.
was. So that's got to give you pride, because I know how much you love our league. We love the KCAC, and to see 5 teams get in is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's fun as long as we've been in the league and know the other coaches and schools and programs so well. Excited for them, and that's the only area that I've kind of dialed into a little bit, is just seeing where they were at in the country and what seeding they got. Other than that, I hardly know anything about the tournament other than these 2, the opponents that we have. It's a 2-game tournament in my mind. We're just dialed in on that, and especially dialed in on the first game.
Your experience in doing this, and you have some players that have been through this travel day Wednesday. What's the itinerary look like leading up to the game at 5:30 on Friday?
So Wednesday, we're getting down there, and we'll have a practice at their facility, and I think that's really important. So that's when the practices begin at the facility we're playing at, is Wednesday night. So we'll drive down there and be there for our practice. We'll try to do a team building activity Wednesday night, and then Thursday we're just kind of really dialed into the game. You'll have your practice, a film session, and the guys just spending time together, and then Friday we'll get here quick, and the game's at 5:30, so the game will get there quick. It may seem like a little bit to get to it on Friday, but it'll be there quick, and it'll be exciting, and I know our guys will be ready.
What's the biggest thing for you? I think, but we talked a little bit about it. It's kind of like getting I think I talked with the guys that it's kind of a non-conference game. It is.
Yeah.
But we see those in November. But this is even different than that. And when you have a first-round opponent and from a different league, you don't really know how their styles go. Is it really more about what your team does? How much emphasis do you put on your opponent when you get to this level? They're all good.
Yeah, that's a really good question. The process stays the same, and I'm sure the listeners and viewers get bored of hearing it, how much the process stays the same. But I think it is a big advantage for us in that, we don't have to work really hard and wear people out for this big game. Is basically the same process. We will add maybe one more film session to this than we normally do, and we'll go over the scouting report maybe one more time than we usually do, just because we have so much time and we're on the road, and everyone's a little bit more excited, and the preparation kind of puts them at ease. But we don't want to overdo it, and we want to keep that process the same, because we know that gives us the best chance to win.
And it's a tricky thing, and I don't know how many teams play back-to-backs, but if you're fortunate enough to win Friday, you'll play Saturday.
Yeah.
And I know since we've gone to this format, I know you've kind of prepped for the other 2 teams that are playing as well. In the past you have. How much are you looking at that 116 matchup before your game?
So I have not looked at it at all. I've done 0 film work, and I won't watch one play or look at one scouting report or one score on either of our opponents if we're fortunate enough to win on Saturday. So there's been no preparation done on them on my part. Our staff has done some preparation and some film work, and then I will dial in right after the game, and I think that's where our approach to defense really helps us, where our pack line defense, our systematic approach of how we guard people stays the same for the most part, and we make minor tweaks that we are able to come up with a game plan in 8 hours. And I'll rely on Coach Mack and Coach Gabler heavily on the film work that they've done that night, and I'll be able to watch 2 or 3 games in a short period of time and watch them live if we're fortunate enough to win. So we'll be prepared. But I've done it differently at different times. We're all in on this first game here against Mesa and Benedictine, and we're all my effort, knowledge, and energy is all on this first game.
I love that you're the first game on Friday. I remember a couple years ago in Langston, they played first, and then you played Northwestern.
Yeah.
And I know you're watching that one game, but you're focused on your other one. This one, either you lose and you don't care how that game goes, or you win and you'll be really invested.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I'm thinking about Langston being there, kind of watching the game, but I can't focus on it.
Right.
You're just so you're observing some of it, but you're really dialed into what you're doing, and so it's kind of more of a distraction. I like this setup that we have way better here.
Your team getting sent to Waxahachie, Texas. I knew Delton Deal, who I remember. I remember him spoiling a great KCAC tournament run by the Builders when he was at York University.
Yeah.
And now there he is at Nelson, which was Southwest Assemblies of God University. But it's got to be nice going to a place you're familiar with, Coach Deal.
Yeah, really good people. I mean, he's a great coach, and I've known him for a long time, and a really good person, someone I respect, and runs a great program. And I know they're going to be great hosts and accommodate us well, and we're looking forward to it. And Texas is a good place for us. As you know, Kurt, we have tons of former basketball players from that area. There's a good alumni base from Texas, so I'm hoping that Builder Nation shows up. But they've had in all kinds of ways. They've gone to Guthrie, Oklahoma in the past. We've had folks go to Indiana Wesleyan. We've packed out gyms in other locations. I'd be really excited and not surprised to see a really good support group in Texas on Friday.
So many great builders down in that Dallas area. I mean, I'm shouting at Brian Andrews and Justin Diggles and all that crew. I know Dawn was just down there a little bit ago. Real quick, your opponent is Benedictine May, so we're not going to dig real deep into them. I mean, they're going to be good.
Yes.
Any quick impressions from them on what you've seen?
The first impression is that every player that they play is really good. So their guys are really good. They're very, very good on defense. They're very well coached, and they're versatile, and they can hit tough shots. So they're going to be an extremely tough out. And if we were fortunate enough to win, we'd have to play really, really well.
Can't wait for it, Coach. Congrats on the seed and getting to the national tournament again. So well deserved, and so happy for your team. And wish you the best of luck in Waxahachie.
This has been fun. Thanks a lot.
Matt O'Brien joining us here on our tournament preview.